Have you ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling in the stillness of the night, wondering why you can't seem to fall back asleep? It's a situation many older adults face. The quiet darkness can sometimes leave you questioning whether something's wrong with your body or your mind. If you've been in this scenario, you're not alone. And there's more to it than just aging. In this video, we'll explore 5 significant reasons why people often wake up around 3 a.m. as they age, and what those early morning wake-ups might be telling you about your health, your body, and your life. Stick around until the end of this video because by the time we're done, you'll have a new perspective on your sleep patterns and may find ways to improve your rest. Number 1. The melatonin decline and its impact on sleep. As we age, subtle changes occur in our bodies, particularly in how we experience sleep. Have you ever woken up around 3 and feeling wide awake only to struggle to fall back asleep? One of the main culprits behind this is the natural decline in melatonin production. But what is melatonin and why does it matter? Melatonin is a hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, acting as your internal clock. When we're younger, our bodies produce melatonin in higher consistent amounts, helping us fall into a deep, restful sleep. You know that feeling. You fall asleep, and the hours slip by without you even noticing. But as we age, melatonin production drops. This isn't just a minor change. It can significantly impact how well we sleep, especially in the early morning. Perhaps you still fall asleep, easily but suddenly. Around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. you wake up and can't seem to fall back asleep. Your melatonin levels might be too low to maintain deep sleep, even though you're physically tired. For many older adults, waking up in the middle of the night isn't due to loud noises or bad dreams. It's a shift in your internal rhythms. Your body simply isn't producing enough melatonin, and that's completely normal. It's not a mistake or flaw. It's part of aging. What makes this even more challenging is that we become more sensitive to light as we age. You might not even realize that the faint glow of a street lamp or your digital clock can interfere with melatonin production. In the still of the night, your body becomes more sensitive to these subtle light cues, making early wake-ups even more common. Let's consider Harold, a 72-year-old man who has always been a good sleeper. Recently, he noticed something strange. Every night at 3:15 a.m. he would wake up, fully alert. No anxiety, no stress, just wide awake. At first, Harold thought something was wrong, but once he learned that this was caused by his melatonin levels dropping, he realized that it wasn't a flaw in his sleep. It was simply the natural aging process. Harold didn't just accept this. He made changes to his bedtime routine. He made his bedroom darker using blackout curtains, turned off all unnecessary lights, and avoided screens an hour before bed. Additionally, he incorporated a short calming walk before bedtime to help his body align with its natural rhythm. These small adjustments made a world of difference. While Harold still wakes up early occasionally, he no longer feels frustrated. Understanding the cause has empowered him to work with his body's changes, not against them. The key takeaway here: understanding that waking up at 3 a.m. is a natural process related to melatonin changes helps you make small but impactful adjustments to your sleep environment and routine. Rather than battling your body's rhythm, you can support it, creating a restful environment that encourages deeper, more restorative sleep. And it's not just melatonin. Other hormones, like cortisol, which regulate stress, can also fluctuate, with age adding more complexity to sleep. But by focusing on melatonin's role, you can better understand your sleep patterns and make thoughtful changes to support your body's natural rhythms. Number 2. Lifestyle habits that shift your sleep rhythm. Over time, even small subtle shifts in your daily routine can have a profound impact on your sleep quality. One of the major factors that contribute to waking up at 3 a.m. is the lifestyle, changes that naturally come with aging. As we grow older, we tend to slow down a bit. Our days become quieter, especially after retirement, and our evening routines change. We may start eating dinner earlier, engaging in less physical activity, and generally experiencing fewer external time cues that once helped regulate our sleep cycle. When you're younger, your body's circadian rhythm is guided by the external cues of daily life, work schedules, social events, and physical activities. These cues help maintain a rhythm of wakefulness and sleep. However, as we age, these external stimuli often diminish, and our internal rhythm may start to shift in ways we don't expect. For many older adults, the lack of these external time cues causes the sleep-wake cycle to gradually advance. You might find yourself going to bed earlier and waking up earlier as a result. Consider Walter, a 74-year-old man who recently retired. His daily routine shifted dramatically when he no longer had to follow a strict schedule. He began eating dinner around 5 p.m., and by 9 p.m., he was in bed, ready to sleep. But as time went on, Walter noticed that he was waking up earlier and earlier, usually around 3 a.m. He found this frustrating, as he hadn't intended to adjust his sleep schedule. However, after reflecting on his new routine, he realized that his body was simply responding to the quieter, less structured life he now led. Walter made a few small changes to his routine, like adding an afternoon walk, reading under brighter light in the evening, and avoiding naps after dinner. These small shifts helped push his sleep window later, allowing him to fall asleep a little later and wake up closer to a more typical morning time. By becoming more aware of how his lifestyle was affecting his sleep, Walter was able to gently guide his body's rhythm back toward a more natural sleep cycle. This example highlights an important aspect of aging: the power of routine. Our bodies thrive on rhythm and consistency, and when that rhythm is disrupted by a lack of external cues, it can lead to shifts in our sleep patterns. But the good news is that by making small, intentional changes to your daily routine, such as staying active during the day, adjusting meal times, or incorporating new activities in the evening, you can help restore balance to your sleep cycle. It's all about being mindful of the small habits that influence your sleep and making adjustments to support your body's needs. Number 3, the early wake-up shift. Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. wide awake, only to realize that sleep isn't coming back? It's frustrating, isn't it? Many of us experience this, especially as we get older, and it can leave us wondering, why is this happening? Is something wrong with my sleep? Well, this early wake-up is actually a normal part of aging, and it's caused by a natural shift in your body's internal clock. But what exactly is happening inside your body? The answer lies in a process called advanced sleep phase. As we age, our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates when we feel sleepy and when we wake up, begins to shift. Instead of the typical pattern of feeling tired at 10 or 11 p.m., older adults often start feeling sleepy much earlier, around 8 or 9 p.m. So, by the time 3 a.m. rolls around, your body has already gone through its sleep cycle, and naturally, you're wide awake. But wait, doesn't it seem odd to feel awake at 3 a.m., even though you've been sleeping for hours? It's not about your habits or how much sleep you're getting. It's just how your body's rhythm changes as you get older. It's completely normal, though it can feel disorienting at first. You might be wondering, if this is so natural, why does it still feel so frustrating? Well, the challenge comes when your body starts signaling for sleep earlier than you're used to. When you wake up in the middle of the night, your body is ready to start its day, even if your mind isn't. So, you find yourself lying there, wide awake, with no chance of falling back asleep. And that's where the frustration sets in. Let's think about Charles for a moment. He's 68 and retired. For most of his life, he went to bed around 10 p.m. and woke up at a reasonable hour. But after retirement, something changed. He started getting sleepy around 8 p.m., and before long, he'd wake up at 3 a.m., sharp. At first, Charles thought this was a problem, maybe insomnia or some other sleep disorder. But after learning about advanced sleep phase, he realized his body wasn't malfunctioning. It was just adjusting to a new, earlier rhythm. So if you're dealing with early wake-ups too, what can you do about it? Here's the thing. The key isn't to fight this natural shift. Instead, it's about working with it. You can make some adjustments to your routine that can help your body stay in sync with its new rhythm. You might be thinking, but if my body wants to sleep earlier, should I just try to stay up longer? The answer is no. While you might feel tempted to push yourself to stay up, this can actually make things harder. Instead, try adjusting your routine to help support this natural change. For example, getting more active during the day can help you adjust to your body's new sleep pattern. Regular exercise signals to your body when it's time to wind down in the evening and helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Another thing to consider. Should I limit screen time before bed? Absolutely. The blue light from phones and computers tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. So, try to avoid screens at least an hour before bed to give your body the right signals to fall asleep. You might also want to think about your bedroom environment. Does your room have too much light in the morning? Small amounts of light, like the glow from a street lamp or a digital clock, can actually disrupt your sleep and trigger an early wake-up. Consider blackout curtains or simply turning off all unnecessary lights to create a darker, more restful environment. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, you might ask, what should I do if I can't fall back asleep? The best thing you can do is try to relax your mind. Deep breathing, meditation, or even just lying there with your eyes closed can help ease you back into sleep. The more relaxed you are, the more likely you are to fall back asleep without feeling frustrated. Remember, it's not your fault that your body is waking you up early. It's just your natural circadian rhythm shifting, and it's something many people go through as they age. Instead of seeing it as a problem to fix, try viewing it as your body's way of adjusting to a new sleep schedule. So, what can you take away from all this? First, it's not a sign that something is wrong. It's just a normal part of aging. And second, by making small changes to your routine, like adjusting your sleep environment, limiting light exposure, and staying active, you can support your body's new rhythm and improve your overall sleep quality. Next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't be frustrated. Instead, see it as your body's natural way of resetting. With a few simple changes, you can work with this shift and get the restful sleep you need. Number 4. Physical discomfort and health-related interruptions. As we age, our bodies often become more sensitive to physical discomfort, and that discomfort can frequently disrupt sleep. Many older adults experience subtle health issues that tend to surface during the night, when the body is less distracted by the busyness of the day. These health-related interruptions can range from mild aches and pains to more significant conditions, such as arthritis or heart issues, that affect sleep quality. These disruptions are often quiet and gradual, but they can have a significant impact on the sleep cycle. One of the most common reasons older adults wake up during the night especially around 3 a.m., is the body's response to physical discomfort. Conditions like arthritis, which causes joint pain and stiffness, can make it uncomfortable to lie in the same position for hours at a time. When you first fall asleep, you might not notice any discomfort, but after several hours of lying still, the aches and pains become more pronounced. This can cause you to wake up in the middle of the night, unable to return to deep sleep. Similarly, other health conditions such as acid reflux or nocturia, the frequent need to urinate at night, can be particularly disruptive. For many older adults, the bladder becomes less elastic with age, leading to a need to urinate more frequently, especially at night. This might not bother you during the day when you're up and about, but in the stillness of the night, the urge to go to the bathroom becomes impossible to ignore. After you get up and move around, even if it's just a short trip to the bathroom, your body may have already shifted into a lighter, more alert state, making it harder to return to sleep. The medications that many older adults take for chronic conditions can also play a significant role in disrupting sleep. Medications for heart conditions, blood pressure, or pain management often come with side effects like frequent urination, increased sensitivity to light or sound, or changes in body temperature. These side effects can subtly interfere with your sleep patterns without you even realizing it. You may not immediately connect the dots between the medication you're taking and the way you're waking up in the middle of the night, but as you start paying closer attention to your habits and routines, it becomes clearer. Take Eleanor, a 76-year-old woman, for example. Eleanor had always been a relatively light sleeper, but in the past year she began waking up at 3:30 a.m. regularly. After months of assuming it was just the aging process, she finally spoke with her doctor. It turned out that one of her medications was affecting her hydration levels and increasing her need to visit the bathroom during the night. With her doctor's guidance, Eleanor adjusted the timing of her medication and made a few lifestyle changes, which helped her sleep through the night more effectively. By recognizing the connection between her health and sleep patterns, Eleanor was able to make informed choices that allowed her to sleep better. This example underscores an important point. Waking up in the middle of the night doesn't mean your body is failing you. On the contrary, it's a signal that your body is still functioning as it should, responding to health challenges, and trying to communicate with you. These signals can guide you toward taking better care of yourself, whether that means adjusting your medications, modifying your diet, or incorporating new habits that support your overall health and rest. The key here is to approach early wake-ups as a gentle reminder to pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you. It's not about blaming yourself for a disrupted sleep pattern. It's about acknowledging that your body may need some extra care and attention. By being in tune with these signals and adjusting your habits accordingly, you can improve the quality of your sleep and reduce the physical discomfort that might be interrupting it. Number 5. Emotional and psychological restlessness. Finally, waking up at 3 a.m. might sometimes be less about physical factors and more about the mind. As we get older, emotional and psychological layers that were once hidden by the busyness of life can start to surface. The quiet of the night, with its lack of distractions, can provide the perfect environment for unresolved thoughts, emotions, and worries to surface. This is often when the heart and mind begin to process things that might have been buried under the weight of daily responsibilities. For many older adults, loneliness can play a significant role in these early morning wake-ups. As social circles shrink with age, children move away, friends become busy, and routines change. Loneliness can creep in, often in the quiet of the night. This type of loneliness isn't always about feeling sad or abandoned, Sometimes it manifests as a yearning for connection or a longing for someone to talk to. And in the stillness of 3 a.m., when everything else is quiet, these feelings become more pronounced. Take Gloria, an 80-year-old widow who often wakes up at 3 a.m. During the day, she's busy tending to her garden and staying in touch with her family, but when the house becomes quiet at night, her thoughts often return to moments with her late husband or to worries she's carried for years. At first, Gloria thought she had a sleep issue, but over time she realized that these early morning wake-ups weren't about sleep at all. They were about her emotions wanting to be heard. To help manage these restless nights, Gloria began journaling her thoughts when she woke up at 3 a.m. She'd write a few words or thoughts that had been on her mind, allowing her emotions to be expressed in a safe, private way. She also started incorporating a soothing evening routine, listening to soft music or writing a quick note to a friend before bed. These small practices helped her process her emotions, which in turn helped her return to sleep more easily. This emotional restlessness is a natural part of the aging process. As we reflect on our lives, on the relationships we've had, the joys and sorrows we've experienced, and the choices we've made, these thoughts can surface when the distractions of the day fade away. Instead of seeing these early morning wake-ups as a problem to be solved, it's important to view them as an opportunity to listen to your emotional self. What is your heart trying to tell you? What part of you needs a little grace or understanding even in the quiet of the night? The truth is, our emotions don't follow a strict schedule. They don't wait for the right time to surface. They come when they're ready to be acknowledged, which often happens in the stillness of the night. And that's okay. It's not a flaw or a problem. It's a sign of depth and wisdom. By approaching these wakeful moments with curiosity and kindness, you can create space for your emotions and gain a deeper understanding of yourself.